On this thing. Here we go. All right. Okay, so today is April 9th, and we're going to do an AI checkup. So we are using, I don't know if I can move the screen. I don't think so. I'm using a MARBLISM 6-pack for my business. I'm using a MARBLISM 6-pack in a second workspace under my business logon for my charity. And then they get stuck and they can't do certain things. You have to bring in Twin, which has hands and fingers, at least can do a couple things, but you just burn through credits like it's insane. I mean, I went through $100 in a day, and they wanted to continue at that. So I went to Polsia, Polsia, which has a 2.75 out of 5 stars because they lie, cheat, and steal and tell you they're doing things over and over and over. But when they get it right, it's good. But when they don't get it right, it's not good. Like, they keep trying to fix a link. So we're going to run through the Polsia check. So when you're on our homepage, if you come to the homepage, it lands you here. We still have to, this is kind of, I like the zoom out. We're basically engaging all these AI agents and did a pack of them for tax recovery, for the funding hub, for different things. I don't know if we can come out and see the full image, but they go down the hall. So that kind of just, gives me the mindset when I'm working that's the team. And of course, engage, explore, recovery value is our kind of our buzz line. So when you come here, you can go to, we outsource up to 5 million. That takes you somewhere for a quick phone call. And then what our bread and butter is we can do AI fund match up to 10 million. We really want to mess with no less than 100K loan requests. But this will do that. Now we do have what we're calling 12 stones, and all these will need to be mapped there. If I click them, I think they just still bring us back to the home page. So it's like you're wearing multiple hats with multiple systems, with multiple people. This one doesn't even lead anywhere. Does it? Oh, a double. Yeah. And you get a double banner. So all these little weird things you run into with AI agents. So this is our 12 stones, or our 12 pillars, or 12 stones of synergy. When you have one thing and two things, they can stack up, or they can have a synergy of more than the sum of their parts. If you take a light bulb, measure the lumens, you get a certain number. When you take 2 or 3 and measure it, you get more than the sum of 1 added up 4 times, for instance. So you get a synergistic effect with light that also is occurring here with the 12 stones. We were going to rebrand to Quiver. I was floating that out to different people, and I was like, it's like we have a quiver of arrows to hit the bullseye of each of the problems that you have. And then I realized that the solutions, the arrows, create a synergy. So Quiver, synergy, I think we're going to call it Quivergy. So we're going to do a rebrand. I just pushed it out to January of 2027, but hopefully it'll happen faster. Things are moving faster than I expected. Once you tell these AI agents something, they 32 seconds, here we go, and they're like on it, and you're like, whoa, chill. You have to kind of relax them, but then they still keep bringing it up. All right, anyways, let's just run through the quick. This is for my AI agent team that we've been working a lot of hours. I think it's like in 45 days I work 12-hour days. So anytime that the sun is up, I'm just on this stuff. With one of the 8, I think I'm like, we got 6, and 3 other ones that I'm using. So yeah, 19 agents I'm working with. No, sorry, 12. 15 agents I'm working with. And then sometimes you have to pull in Gemini because you're trying to figure out, what do I do with HubSpot? I would click where to do what, and then they're telling you, oh, do this, and their instructions are outdated because HubSpot and every other UX user interface person has to prove their salt by changing everything that you know and love. Got an iPhone? Yeah. Right when you get used to being fast with it, and they got to mix it up to mess with you. It's not valuable. Stop doing that. All right, here we go. So you come here, you want some money, hit engage for capital, boom, it's supposed to take you somewhere. We're going to test it in a moment. It's supposed to take you here. Now this is the old look. It was pretty amazing, and then the AIs, they keep forgetting what they've done. Now when I hit this, this is gone forever. This is an old browser cache from a long time ago. Like a week ago is ancient history in AI world. So here we go. We're going to hit the refresh, and this is out of the 10 they made me, I kept the one you're about to see because it was the best of the one. She lost the good one. There was no getting it back. Like, they just can't remember well. So what is this? April 9th, 2026. This is the best one. We got tier 1 up to 5 million, tier 2 up to 10 million, tier 3 up to 5 billion. Package we need, of course, tax returns, P&L balance, bank statements. This should be 2 years of tax returns. It should be 12 months or to 24 months of bank statements. But if you only give 3 months of bank statements, the underwriter immediately thinks, oh, you've only had 3 months of income, or you would have shown me 12. So if you happen to be watching this and you're about to click the button to engage capital contract, just give us all you got. I mean, 24 months is good. It tells the story of the ups and downs. The rub is the last 6 months of your business checking account. Just let the cash sit there, and it shows that you have extra cash available to service the debt which you are requesting. Okay? That's the secret. I see 19 out of 20 loans from small business owners. You guys say, hey, I need money. I'm like, let me see your checking statements. The story is all the money comes in, all the money goes out, all the money goes in. Okay, all 6 months. So you're not going to get anything. You have to have an overage, a retained earnings, so to speak, sitting there to show the banks that you have money to service the debt that you're requesting, especially if you want, let's just talk small business owners. Hey, I need $200,000 to buy another franchise. Well, I hope you have money sitting there to support the 3-year, 5-year, or 7-year loan, and they're probably going to want to push the 3-year to get it back. So, and then you got to have a 750 credit score. We're going to shop you with 3 different banks. You're going to have a 750. They'll probably do a soft pull, but they might do a hard pull. If you're serious about getting it, they got to do a hard pull. Now, I always ask you to go to myfico.com, print out. You have a good, better, best membership. The good one only shows you 1 or 2 credit reports. The second one shows you all 3, called a tri-merge in mortgage broker world. But pay for that. I think it's like $29. Print it out. If it's not 75 pages, you printed the wrong one. I mean, there's only a printer button. There's only one thing that prints, but I did it myself my first rodeo. I was printing like an HTML page out. Oops. So you got to print the PDF. That shouldn't be a hard task, but I find it is for a lot of people. You're going to have to learn how to use computers. You're just going to have to learn. We've been paying the price since like what? When did we get to college? Like 1995, the computers were getting more serious. What was that, like Netscape? Everybody had an AOL account. What was that thing? Not Facebook, MySpace. You had 10 million fake friends that you didn't know. All right, anyways, let's keep going. So tab number 2 should look like this. Then when you hit Engage Capital, which we'll do a live walkthrough at the end, when you click that, it should go to this 12 pillars. I got to match up the 12 stones thing because, oh yeah, I was going to show you that. Is this the one? Is this that? Let's do that. Let's click this. So basically, we're having this whole idea to take the whole business consulting thing into an Unreal Engine and make it an Xbox game and a PlayStation game with a heads-up display that works on your Meta glasses. They're not that great. I tried them at Best Buy. As well as your Oculus Rift glasses. I'm still here. But what we're going to do with this is you're gonna tap, 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 I need a working loan, and it cracks open. And then when you get all these 12 stones open, they start glowing. Blue is for the secular path, and we're also going to have yellow be like glowing kingdom path for Christians like that. So we have two wealth paths. If you want to do God's kingdom wealth, you can, or you can just go after earthly money. So here's some of the pictures. Oh, here's one. We're kind of always leaving a hand of the yellow to call people into their kingdom management as a steward of funds. So we've got the PG Shield. Everybody is using their own business. If your business credit card has, where am I? There I am. If your business credit card has your name and your business name, most likely you just rolled up and filled an application at the bank. Maybe you did know. Maybe you did know. I find a lot of people don't know. You signed a personal guarantee to put your house where your children sleep and your spouse sleeps, and all your stuff, your 401k, all your assets up. They can come after it. Especially if they have a 1003 on you, they already know what all your assets are. I mean, that was my job at all the banks, doing loans from the whole country. So you need shielded from your own personal guarantee that you most likely got tricked into, or you didn't read the money because you just wanted that business loan to get your $200,000 to go buy what you need in your business, right? So anyways, personal guarantee shield. When we get this up, like this hand down here, you tap, tap, tap the rock, boom, and then out comes the gem. And the gem is going to go onto this command center idea, and the frequency of the rock is going to activate, here we go, the KPIs in your business live in real time. So you can take different ones and put them on different places on this holographic interface, and it'll activate your KPIs live in real time. You don't have red, you're going to be on and sideways, and they'll act as your heads-up display. Okay, so here's an idea of the command center. Right, and if you're sick, you just have the meta glass or in your contact if they finally come out with those. And what you're seeing is this holographically, but nobody sees anything that you're seeing. And then when you move your hand, Oculus, what is it called? Meta has this thing. It's like a band around your wrist, and whatever hand signals that you do, it actually just will click buttons and stuff like that. So I was at Best Buy trying that. It's okay. It's kind of clunky. It's, going to need some work. But all this data would be, if you're on your, depending on which part of your business, there's going to be 12 different stones or 12 different KPI screens with all your data wherever you're at. I don't know. I think that's like Iron Man mask level type of interaction with your business. And you could be doing whatever you want. If it's in your contact, you could be water skiing and get a phone call in your ear and check in, depending how AI-ified you want to get. This might be in your office, definitely in your virtual video game view, and then you tap these raw stones and break it open, and then at a certain point you have this collection down here, and each one does that, and we'll have some swag and stuff like that. We're working that out, but we're gonna have, you'll have this whole collection on your desk. We might actually get diamonds and sapphires and emeralds and rubies and yellow diamonds. I mean, when we have billion-dollar clients, we're gonna probably let them buy this for their actual desk, and let them function at another level, have some beautiful gems to interact with, and then when they take them over to this, that rock will be cut to give off a certain crystal frequency, which is your private key to activate this. So you got to have your stones. I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Right? Let me just run through some of these pictures here. I think these are icons for Quiver G. Just different ideas. But, there's one with the quiver. And then the AIs like pull Star Trek stuff in. No. So we're putting that together. But anyways, back to this. So you start here on the home page, click your blue button. That's going to get you here, and you're saying, yeah, I want up to 5 million, up to 10 million, 5 billion. Take here, which is the pillars, and then when you get here, you're going to pick Funding Hub. Okay, so if you kind of want to take a look at this, where am I? There I am. AIify your business. We have AI workforce replacement, transitioning by 2027. All cognitive jobs are supposed to go to AI, and I'm hearing in 6 months everything's going to change because I'm running into the glitches now, but we are coming out with CAAS, consulting as a service, and you can license everything we put together, and you can teach how to AIify your business. So if you have a friend that's super smart, maybe a project manager, a coach, send them over to us. They can license our thing and teach people how to AIify their business, because AI workforce replacement, already hit. Bezos fired 66,000 employees, and it's coming. So transitioning is where we are. You're early if you're doing it now. I'm kind of late on the early part of it, but still ahead of most people. Automating your business, like we have all kinds of Facebook campaigns where we're talking about, hey, what would you do with 40 extra weeks or 40 extra hours in your week? Would you take your wife on that vacation finally, or your husband, whatever, if you're the CEO? What would you do with this extra time that we can, let's start you with one AI employee, right? Coming in and sweeping the whole thing, Jeff Bezos way ahead of it, but let's just try putting one AI employee in your company. So we're going to help people start there. It's an easy dip your toe in the water thing. And once they see, oh my gosh, you guys get some simplify your business, fun talking about rapidly we AI match, literally get your app that you're fill out a customer information sheet on the next page. This is what it's going to look like. Take your right. Come on. There we go. Start your engagement. It's going to ask you if you want to save money. And then you'll just pick your path A as secular. You're not, functioning with the Holy Spirit, hearing God's ideas for new ideas 10 years ahead of people about that. You just want to do your own thing and make money. That's fine. I know a lot of people like that. Or we have the kingdom path. So depending on which one of these you choose, they're going to Tron colors, because I just love the Tron movie. So blue is your secular path, yellow is your kingdom path, and then you will choose your retainer. You can just put down $25,000 to get access. You can pick up the 4 services to run simultaneously. You do have to assign one key employee to each of the services and give them delegated authority to do what we need to do. And they have to set a weekly onboarding meeting, okay? So, or you can do what I believe there's any consultant on the planet doing this, but I get certified in John Warlow's Built to Sell certified coaching class. So in the book, there's basically 8 things everyone's into when they think they're ready to sell, and they go to sell. They get a little reality check, and they got to fix the 8 things. So we have a 12-month engagement to take you through that. One of those is money guarantees. So in addition to productize, you have to have a 3-pack of this, a 3-pack of that, and a 3-pack of this productizing. But your 1/3 of projected annual savings, the money back guarantee is, we come in and I'll show you the savings calculator at the end of the video. If you're here to save money for some reason, you should just scroll up and hit the orange button, because we're going to save you a lot of money. You probably won't pay taxes legally for 6 years. But if you're not saving or receiving $3,400 per employee every year, you're missing it. You're missing it. Totally missing it if you're in USA. So anyways, whether you pick the secular path or whether you pick the kingdom path, for wealthy Christian donors is who we're working with here. So the 1/3 of projected savings, it activates your 300% ROI, money back guarantee. You will prepay 1/3 of the number. So if we're going to save you $1 billion, you pay 333, all the threes into a private trust escrow. So that's going to sit there until we've delivered our WKSS, the wisdom, knowledge, secrets, and strategies that you didn't have operating that will deliver the value, get you the credits, get you the cash saved in all these departments. And then we earn it and we keep it. And we've already got it. We don't have to try to go through invoicing hell to get with you. Did that once, don't want to do it again. Or you can just pay $25,000 and have no guarantee, and you'll still get the money, you know. But this makes it easier on us to not have to bill you and all this stuff. So, anyways, you pick your path. Let's just say you want to go this one. We're going to ask you to ACH it, so it only costs us $5 instead of 3%. You can use a debit card, but we'll probably have it set so the 3.5's on you for your convenience fee. But we prefer a wire. It's $10, right? Just do a wire. And then let's see. We got your customer information sheet. This is Fred Flintstone. Go through and put Bedrock Quarry company info, federal EIN, SIC codes, date of incorporation, like everything you need for the loan. You're going to type it in here in the business contract stuff, and this is going to API into a system we have that lets us match you to 75 banks that have a pipeline to gather your data and approve you instantly, or it'll show us the matches, and then you have to tell me, like, I'm ready, go ahead, hit submit, and then I'll submit it to all of them. But your master profile coming in full and correct first allows us to send out to all these other ones very easily. So make our life easy to make your life easy, and you're never waiting on us to get around to it. We're waiting on you to upload your 2 years of tax returns, 12 months of bank statements, financials like your profit and loss, your aging statement, and your balance sheet, and driver's license front and back, good picture. And that's about it usually, and then we can get you approved, and then they'll wire you within 3 to 5 days. This isn't Huntington Bank in Ohio. It's going to take 3 months to get a decision, or Chase Bank. These takes long. It's ridiculous. All right, so anyways, principal, you put your employees in here, how many employees you have, annual gross revenues, 6-month average balance. Don't skip this, because that's what they're looking for as the rub to, hey, can this person service the debt that they're requesting? And then your, let's see, average monthly revenue. So you just put your numbers in here, and this is going to then pick which of the 12 stones that you want to interact with. Did you just come here for business working capital? It's fine. But don't miss getting a golden wall around you to protect you. Lose house and all your assets because you didn't know to end the personal guarantee you were tricked into by getting EIN credit over the 12-month journey that we can put you on. Yeah, you probably need to AIify your business. Hopefully you know P, and you need proper treasury to do that, or your company needs to add to your balance sheet a strategic trust reserve, the top 10 cryptos and some stable coins. Now, how are you going to destructure that? What state are you going to do that? Who's going to own it? Do you have a cold one? Do you know how to use it? Did you lose all your money? You're going to need some help. We're worth paying for that. Profit Pulse, this is where you actually run your numbers. I'm saving that for the end, because if you have employees 400 ahead, value delivered 100, is that 3 billion? I think it's 34 million, something like that. And then there's going to be the tax savings. So I would check that for sure. Private real estate and multi-unit funding, that's usually a niche. But if you want to get your 100-unit hotel, the banks love to put buildings on their real estate or buildings on their balance sheet, and you only need like 30% down. We'll use the rent rolls of the building to do it, and you're instantly retired. Unless you just love real estate. Some people are into it. I mean, real estate heads are into real estate. All right, MCA debt consolidation. Look, you're a small business. You've been in a hard place a couple times. I've seen multimillionaires that have MCAs that are just quick and easy to get, but they're paying 66% rate. So if you have 2 or 3 of those, which is usually the case, eating live, I have a specialty company that will delegate for fulfillment. They will consolidate all 3, 4, 5 of them and cut your monthly payments from $100,000 a month to like 50 grand. Or if you're paying 50 grand, they'll cut them to 5, at least one, and they'll often be able to cut them twice and get you an FDIC insurance at a great rate. But you have to go through our credit program and have a 700. And I always say, don't even stay on the line and lean over the cliff. You want to get we have a program called to 750 so if and ding ding they're pulling your credit 3 places, you drop a little before we pick the one that we're getting funding from, at least you still have a 700 and you're fundable. Okay, so we've literally thought it all. When we start having 6 of these that I have checked, you start getting a synergistic effect, which is more than the sum of multiple light bulbs that are glowing. And speed proof is for your friend that lost his Uber job, or sitting in a car to make $100 a day to spend $50 on gas and $50 in McDonald's and come home with nothing, or DoorDashers that might make $200 a day if they're hustling. But look, you can tell your friends, they are building residual by being internet. You got internet? Yeah. Well, do you want $800? What do you mean? Do you want $800 and do you have internet? What are you talking about? Speed proof. So anybody that doesn't know this even exists, to get their speed proof, send them your influencer link. They're going to get $800 after 90 days of speed tests that are not the fake outs from throttling you and paying up to these ISPs like AT&T, Frontier, Spectrum. If you add up all the class and loss that I have posted on the website with the link to the court case, they paid out $337 million. We're just going after your $800, and it might be more, but I'm just saying, if you're like me and you're paying for a gigabyte and you're paying $100 a month, and they're robbing of 67% of what they contracted to give you, you're not getting $67 out of your 100. They owe you 67 times 12 months is about 833 technically. But if they pay you back 1 year in credits and 1 year in cash, or give you 2 free years, you're getting like $1,600 of value. So you're just going to help people get their money. We do have on the last page an opportunity to give to charity, and that's called Kingdom Fund. So you can give to anti-human to help the people by that. And multiple categories of people doing what they do in their life. King out as a generous donor, put money out, and then it can be over here and be the boots on the ground when the good work, food, shelter, love, anti-human trafficking work. And we can, people that are actually doing this, we want to get money to them to keep doing the good stuff. We get to be a part of that. Even if you're worth $75 billion, the one thing poor people, rich people, middle class people all have that feels good to give. You want to feel good? Give. Even if it's a penny. Okay, speed proof. We'll say it for another day. Tier 1 asset creation. If you don't have a stack of gold worth, $1 million, we can show you how to instantly create it. Okay, income gap and defined benefit pensions. This is for your average buddy that left an IRA sitting and didn't look at it for years, or especially if you had 5 jobs like the average American and you left and moved every 5 years on average, you have probably 3 or 4 401ks, 457, whatever it is. You have company money sitting there probably doing lackluster results. We'll combine them so you can stop getting all the statements, do a financial review, do a trust review, and get your ducks in a row is what we call that, okay? I spent most of a decade doing it for your grants at their kitchen table. They make me a pot of coffee. We do a session through every asset you have. Normally only have 1 or 2 things on the table, but then when I call every single one on speaker and ask them how are the beneficiaries, and they're not correct. This is on this. How years they did 1%. I'm on that one with the red mark. Got a good account, killing it. When you have poor accounts and you don't even know what to say on them, they find it helpful too. I find people before age 65 are pretty cocky though. They think they can change everything. I think you need 65 to 70 to live 3 years on a fixed income before you can really appreciate someone coming up in to boost your income. And that's what speed proof is. Someone 79 years old, they can find 1,000 people and turn them into influencers like that. And they have 1,000 people they're getting $2 on. When you look at the pay scale, that's $2,000 a month. That's another Social Security check. Okay, so anyone that's out there, like I tried to post speed proof on, what's it called, TikTok? Yeah, never had an account. Chinese company, right? But anyways, posted on TikTok and the bot's like, this can't be real. I'm like, it's totally real. We're trying to bless people. In fact, me at STL Professional Services, I donated this service to the ministry so that it blesses people getting their free $800 or whatever amount. Um, at the end, it says, "Would you like to give?" They can give to Melchizedek Ministries, which then funnels it to Kingdom Fund or Charity Go Round or both. So that's what we're doing around here. Everything we do is to do good work, okay? And let's wrap this up. Tier 1 asset creation, talked about it. Private wealth and kingdom strategy. Either you're heading down the road already or you just heard about it. So we'd like to talk to you about that. That's kind of a private wealth strategy before secular. Kingdom strategies for the glowing path. All right, and I think if you come up to the top and you ever want to make it glow, you can always change you can always change the road you're on. I think that's Led Zeppelin. And where did I get to? I guess we have to go slow. You're here, you picked that, you picked your retainer. These people want a money back guarantee. You just have to have retainer earnings to pay it. Okay, how much percent do you own? Okay, for funding. Let's say you have two partners, but you retained 51%. You're going to go through here and put all the same data in. We can save you that much money for a small company. And anyways, when you move forward, you end up over here at the contract documents. So you should be gated. You can see and sign the NDA, but you can't get to the Omnibus Master Service Agreement to get done. And then you get to the letter of intent, and then you'll get the Strategic Workforce Consulting Agreement. You can skip the grant services if you don't want us to write for grants. We have a team that'll do that. Profit Margin Guarantee Agreement, and then Kingdom Stewardship Policy and Client Matter Disclosure. So all that's supposed to change with the color. We are not on the exact same page as we saw the yellow. And then that takes you through to, you click this and sign and pay, and you're moving on. All right, so let's give it the live test. We're going to click this to get capital. Where does it take us? Double banner. Yeah, gotta fix that. First a long time to load. There we go. All right, then you're going to click this button. Engage capital contract. Our company information sheet pops up. So I did Fred Flintstone with Bedrock Quarry, address, phone number, Fred Flintstone, primary contact, title CEO, email. Get your basic stuff here. Construction, SIC code, NICS code, your lawyer, put your login, your CPA in, who do we talk to there, number of employees. And since we're doing it live, let's say this guy's got 10,000 people working at the Bedrock. Hey Siri, what's 10,000 employees times the average $70,000 salary?
Okay, I found this on the web for what's 10,000.
Nope, calculator time. Alright, so 10,000 times 70,000 a head. And you don't hire someone to make 70,000 unless they're making you triple. So we're going to multiply all that by 3. 2,100,000. See if we got enough zeros there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfectly. I got lucky. Okay. Corporate tax rate is usually 21% unless you have a great CPA firm. So we're going to lowball it and say 7%. You just wanted money to get some. You wanted funding, but you're going to get some free money for your taxes paid annually. 2.1 billion times 0.07%, 147 million in taxes. And continue the contract. Okay, sign your engagement. You could actually run your savings calculator. Let's see, auto-populated because it was supposed through. We're giving the test through for the AI team. And it looks like it's spinning up here. The little elves are working. I don't know. Taking a long time. But then you saw the rest of it. So this is really like an official test to see if it works. So let's just do it. Pre-filled from Fred Flintstone on my computer. No, that is no good. Okay, that and that. Fred. Last four, social. Skip the DBA. I think you need the entity type. Call that a corp. EIN. State is Ohio. I think I've been here before. Doing this live test here. Oh, for this we are. One now. Sometimes we have so many systems, it's easier to just type. I usually overwhelm the microphone for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I have to sit around for it to catch up. So that sucks. Let's just see if we can skip to the bottom and draw a signature, and if it'll let us go forward. 7 fields. Okay, it does tell you what needs filled. I told it to highlight it. So what are we looking for? I got somebody looking for 150 million this week, so let's click that one. Let's say they're just looking for working capital. Did it highlight what I needed to do? 100. Let's see, 100 employees. Let's see, they're doing 5 million or something. Average month balance, we'll just call it. Is that 303 million? And retain earnings, and then let's see, average monthly revenue. So if you're doing 25, let's just make this 36 for easy math. And we'll see that they're doing 3. Is that enough zeros? Yeah. No commas, huh? What about the tab? Okay. Average monthly credit card volume at 3 million. People paying for truckloads of rock. They probably have company accounts. 2 million just to fill something in. Zone zones is 100%. Purpose, funding, we'll just say working capital. All right, and then they just want that service for now. We're just checking the system. They are, let's see. I wonder where that's going to go. You probably just need up to 10 million for some new trucks, so let's just rock that out. I reviewed the full list and understand the scope of services. Huh. No scope shows up. You just click the button. All right, let's see. So we signed it, got an X, 1 remaining date of birth. I do always miss that when I run through this. And just so you know, everything's SOC 2 compliant and include AES 256 CGM. You should be asking that question if you're not. All right, let's see here. Date of birth. Okay, so let's just say Fred Flintstone 80. All right, now all the way to the bottom. Good, I can get to the NDA. Will it actually take me there? Why did it take me here? It doesn't like the www. Wonder if people would even get that. They don't really know about HTTP. You don't have to put www. It's just a subdomain. What does that mean? Google it. All right, let's see if it lets us through here. It is spinning. Okay. So we should have to sign this NDA. It should take all this information through to the form now and let us copy and only after make it through to the next one. What's this say here? Start your engagement. Oh, it's still broken. All right, disappointment. We're out. I'll put this up for you guys though. It should have, let's see, where's the gate? Is this it? No. Okay, so it should have taken us to this sign the A, and when you click it, it opens up. I told him to make it like a DocuSign experience, but it lets you read it. You're not supposed to be able to do this part until you've signed the NDA and gotten a copy and understand the ramifications. So this is actually the old one. Let's just refresh this page. 8/documents. Okay, now this one actually pulled the info forward. So it is working. So if I click this, do I click to read the mutual NDA? Let's make sure the name's in it. So it's just terms. Okay. All right. But I can't get to the rest of the contract, which was the whole point of this. So although it doesn't lead from the right tab to the right tab, the system is working. It's just got a bug. Okay, so let's click the NDA, accept that. To unlock the next thing is the letter of intent. Nothing happening. Huh. Another progress. NDA reviewed. Click the button below the acknowledgement to unlock the letter of intent. Oh, it happened. It just took a while? Wow. Okay. I don't know if people would be that patient. Let's click it. All right. So the gating is working. I paid a buck to gate each of these. So I guess you can just stay right here with a cool background. It's not your docu, but letter of intent, engaged, letter of intent to confirm engagement. Wow, touchy. Okay, so LOI. My computer does have a lot of windows open, probably 100, so maybe that's why. We'll say we've read the LOI. Clicking it. I'd watch this video on 3x, very bright. Is that slow, or is it just not? I mean, I would think it's not working if I was a client. This is going to have to definitely change. Yeah. This video, Eva, take note. Okay, it appears that the LOI, I mean, I've been waiting a minute, so I feel like we're going to make progress, but man, completely going slow. All right, I have to work on that. I think I'm over it for tonight. I'll have to try it without the video on. I think the lag is just killing it. So, well, now, but hang on, but this is what we're up to. If you guys are curious.